said so long, carry on, 'cause the devil wants to take me for a ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Get Your Act Together. How you doing? Let me just start off by saying my apologies for this being late. It's Memorial Day, but this was normally, I've been doing them on Mondays, as you know, but I figured, what the fuck, it's a holiday. I've had a crazy week. Most of you guys aren't driving into work till Tuesday anyway. Memorial Day is a big holiday. We all get that off. I'm not going to say thank you to our veterans, because you guys have Veterans Day. Remember, Memorial Day is for people who actually died in conflict. All right, so all you veterans, stop stealing valor from the dead guys, all right? Cut that out. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys did celebrate. You had some cookouts. You did some stuff. There's a lot of people right now that are posting shit about how, it's Memorial Day and you should just, it's not a day to just have cookouts. Yes, it is. Fuck you. Okay? I firmly believe that those dead dudes, who I've never met and whose brains I don't know, I don't think, is that really what people want to be remembered by? Is a day where everyone just sits around and does nothing? I'm not saying don't remember them. I'm not saying don't acknowledge it. I'm not saying don't do something. But also, the whole thing is, hey, they died so that we could live a better life. Live that better fucking life, dude. Don't be that wank who says, no one should have fun on Memorial Day. Fuck you. Memorial Day is for. It's for having fun. Just like Labor Day. Labor Day is a day to celebrate the labor movement and the fact that you even have holidays. So what do? You have fun. All right? Unofficial start of summer, Memorial Day. Unofficial end of summer, Labor Day. Have your cookouts. Anyway, it's delayed. I know what you're thinking, Mike. Solos are every other week. Solo interview. I was supposed to release the podcast today where I interviewed Ashley Feldman, who was on The Real World and is a DJ for Jammin' 94.5 out of Boston. And what happened is one of the files wasn't transferring. It went missing. And I spent all week trying to get a hold of it. I finally did. And by then, it's only still part of the file. And I'm waiting on... It's a long process. My producer has to transfer the file. Anyway, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I finally have most of it. I have all the audio file. The issue was some of the video stuff. And I have most of it, finally. And I can finish that whole editing process. And I said, all right, screw it. Last minute, I'm just going to have to record one. Maybe I'll just release 2 back-to-back interviews. Right after Ashley, I'm going to introduce you guys to a guy by the name of Frankie Pueblo. Frankie is the guy who is responsible for the new intro music. That's from a song of his, from his band Frankie and the Hellhounds. You guys, more than likely, if you know Frankie, you know him as the bassist for a hardcore band called Death Before Dishonor. And that one is, that is a hell of a podcast, man. That is 2 hours of some of the craziest storytelling you're going to hear yet. All right, just one of my fucking favorite episodes I've ever done. You guys are in for a treat. Ashley's was great, too. They were both great, but Ashley doesn't have stories about getting arrested with her dick out in the middle of Germany. That's oh man, but plenty of great stuff. Ashley and I are friends, and you can listen to her to make fun of me. Anyway, so I'm trying to record a solo. I wake up sick. I have no voice, so I spend the morning pounding vitamins in an attempt to get healthy again. If you're watching this video, God, my nose is red. It's not alcoholism, man. That's me outside in the sun wasn't even out, man, and that's what happened to me, man. I don't know what's going on. Fuck with this light, dude. Oh, that's gross. That's worse. I'm gonna settle on that. I don't know what to do, man. Change this angle. Anyway, oh, you're also watching. You're probably like, hey, Mike, well, I've realized that every podcast I've ever recorded, I've been sitting in a very uncomfortable wooden chair as a way to denote to myself that I'm doing work. And I've been watching other podcasts, and everyone is just sitting down in a nice, comfy sofa, just holding their microphone. Microphone, looking comfy as all hell. And I said, fuck you. I can sit down and be comfy and record a podcast. So I'm going to do it. That's why I'm doing that right now. Anyway, on top of that, my microphone broke. I don't know what happened, but I spent 6 hours reinstalling, uninstalling drivers, doing everything. And you're like, Mike, I don't care to hear this. But anyway, that's what happened. Every tech thing that could go wrong went wrong. And then I got sick. And so here it is. I'm getting it out. I appreciate you guys for listening. I've watched. The numbers are up. You are listening. And I love you bastards. I hope you enjoy listening. It's very much a learning curve for me. Now, there once was a man named Michael Bain. He didn't understand technical shit. So he went on YouTube and got information from a 15-year-old who plays Minecraft. That's what I did. That's what I did. Oh, man, a whole morning of me on YouTube looking at videos of people explaining why their blue snowball mic also broke or picks up insane amounts of static. Just a whole lot of that, baby. Just a whole lot of that. And, wow. Hey, kid, by the way, I subscribed. I subscribed to your channel. What you said didn't exactly fix my microphone, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that there are no sound impurities on this. I'm going to edit the fuck out of this thing. If there are, I apologize profusely. I will get some new gear. I will figure out what's going on with my software. I don't know what the fuck happened. I tried everything. I turned it off. I turned it back on again. I tried everything, man. Even things I didn't know. I'm telling you, I don't know what dudes did before YouTube. I don't know. I have no idea how did guys figure out how to do stuff before YouTube. YouTube is how I fix things in my house. It's how I figure out how to cook food. It's how I get new recipes. It's how I fix my computer and my phone and my microphone and my video and my camera. It's how I fix my car. How does anyone fix anything without what happened before YouTube? How did men figure out how to be men before YouTube? Because I know your dads didn't teach you. Dads were barely there back in the day. They're barely there now. Where did these guys all just figure out what drill bits to use and what screw? Every boomer somehow knows the name of every single tool ever. I don't know. How does everyone just be like, yeah? You know, I've realized a lot of them are just frauds and they faked it till they made it. It was a lot of it. Certainly was a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm good, dude. I'm fucking great, man. The world's coming back. I know I said that last time, but last episode, I'll be honest, I was in a little bit of a funk, and I noticed it when I listened to it after, but I didn't have time to That's an episode I was going to re-record, because I didn't like... I was in a funk, but I said, fuck it. I'm not always cheerio. I'm not always rosy, because I'm a human being. And, but I feel great. As of late, I've been feeling great. And I know part of it is that life is coming back, man. I know that's part of it. It really, that dreaded anxiety, fear-based, that miasma, that we've been living through the past year, that pandemic just cloud, that miasma of despair, it's alleviating, it's dissipating. And I can sense it in other people. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Mike, I live in Florida, so I haven't experienced that in months. Well, good for you, buddy. I'm jealous. But now we're like you, and we get to look at Canada and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, watching the Toronto Maple Leafs fucking choke was so much fun. Because when the Maple Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup in, shit, man, I want to say it was the late 60s or 70s. I'm not a huge sports dude. I know I won't talk about a lot of sports on here, but I will right now. Because this is what really had me happy is, number one, fuck Toronto. I know that as a Bruins fan, I'm supposed to hate the Montreal Canadiens, but I don't. I love Montreal. I think it's an amazing city. I love the people. I like the food. I like that I get to practice my French. I like that I've driven across a border and they don't just sound like other Americans. That's why I hate Toronto. That's why I hate you, Toronto, because I'm crossing a border. You're asking me dumb questions. You're trying to search my car, and I'm exchanging money for your monopoly money. And guess what? I want a different language. I want the experience of going abroad. I don't want to feel like I'm going to a 51st state. And that is why I love French Canada. It's why I love Quebec. That's why I love the maritime provinces, the ones that still speak French, right? They still speak French a bit in Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. Canada, I'm sorry, dude, but Ontario is just... I'm sorry, I'm still sick. I got the sniffles. Ontario is just... You know what's funny? I once met a girl from Toronto, and she said, have you ever been to Buffalo? And I said, no. And she goes, Buffalo is just... It's like American Toronto, but better. And I was like, wow, because I've never heard anyone say anything positive about Buffalo. Dude, I know Toronto sucks because people from there say it sucks. Think about Toronto. I want you to picture something in your head right now. I want you to think of Toronto. I want you to think of food, right? What food are they eating in Toronto? Nothing. There's no barbecue. There's no special delicacy. There's nothing. It's not like they have a sandwich, right? Chicago has deep dish pizza and they got those goofy hot dogs with pickles in them. No, those suck. Philadelphia, they get their steak and cheeses. It's a steak and cheese, not a cheesesteak. New York's got its bagels. Boston's got its clam chowder. And Cali and Texas have their Mexican food. The South has all their different types of barbecue and pork and shit. Toronto, what do you have? Seattle has, in Portland, just had their goofy coffee. But even then, you got nothing, man. Bring something on the fucking table. Go back, figure out what your culture is, come back. Anyway, the Maple Leafs lost. And that's how we know society's coming back. They lost. They were up 3-1, I believe, against the Habs, who were the Montreal Canadiens. And they choked and they lost. And what I really loved, this is some real Schadenfreude on my part. All right, this is real Schadenfreude, which, if you don't know, that's a German word, and it means to take pleasure in someone else's misery. It's an amazing word. Put it in your lexicon. Use it. It's great. Real Schadenfreude on my part. Ontario is still under full lockdown. They're not coming back from COVID. Their salons are still closed. They needed this. They needed this so bad. And fucking Montreal took it from them. Toronto needed this win so bad because they have nothing else going for them. Nothing. Dude, it snowed in Toronto over this weekend. It snowed. It snowed. Their team lost, and they're still under a full lockdown with no end in sight. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Toronto's like that dude in the movie, just a loser character, who like his girlfriend dumps him, and then his mother dies, and his fucking dog gets hit by a car, and he tries to commit suicide, but the rope he tries to hang himself with breaks because he's too fucking fat. That's Toronto! Ah! Oh, boy. Anyway, the Bruins won. The Bruins won against the Islanders, which was cool. And hockey's one of the few sports I will sometimes still watch. And it was great to see because it really it gave me hope. Because I'm looking at videos of the TD Garden in Boston, and the Boston Bruins fans are there, packed stadium, no masks. We're finally, the end is really in sight. We're doing it, man. I saw videos of people in California, who were walking along piers and stuff, unmasked, just out living life. And it's like, fuck, because like I know what was going on in some states. Some states were ahead of others. But those fucking buttfuck states, including Mass and New York and Cali, that were dragging their feet, they finally, you know what it is? It's like when you go to the beach and someone hops in the water and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get, it's too cold. And you see everyone having fun, so you're going, or here's a better comparison. This is a much better simile, all right? It's like when you're at a party and there's food, and no one wants to be the first one who's fat who takes the food. So what happens? Fat-ass Texas and Tennessee and Florida. Like, I'm fucking eating. That's me. I'm that dude. When I'm at a party and there's food, I eat. It's a wedding. I don't care. I'm the first one in line. I eat. I'm not, and everyone will be standing around like, I don't want to be the first one. I'm the first one, bitch. Fuck you. I'm here for some food. You're getting a wedding gift. I'm getting my fucking belly full. Even if I'm not. Even if I'm just a cookout. Fuck you. I'm eating, dude. You ain't gonna shame me. I'm getting a plate, and I'm coming back for seconds, and I'm coming back for thirds. I am going to eat till I'm physically sick, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And I'm not eating your potato salad because it's gross. Only thing grosser than potato salad is that cold, weird pasta. You know what I'm talking about? It's got like Italian dressing on it. It's a multicolored pasta. That's gross. There's weird chunky things in there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who invented that, where that came from. I don't know if that's an Italian thing. Either way, that is, honestly, I want to say that's worse than potato salad. Coleslaw is above both of them. I had some really good coleslaw the other day. That's how I know I'm a grown man, because I enjoyed coleslaw. No one under the age of 30 has ever said, I had some good coleslaw. That is an old man fucking thing to say. That's a grown-ass person thing to say. No young person is ever like, dude, you been to Holly's? You been down to that pub, that restaurant, Holly's? No. Yeah, they got live music and really good coleslaw. That's some grown-up shit right there. Anyway, the Bruins did it. They beat the Islanders. They came back to beat them. In overtime, fucking awesome, dude. Good. I believe they did, right? Maybe I fell asleep before, but I could have sworn they did. I'm pretty fucking sure. Hold on. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to sound like a real dummy. No, it doesn't fucking matter. Like I said, I don't even watch sports. Most of the time, I think that sports is a real bread and circus thing, and it is. It is. Now, you guys are like, Mike, what's bread and circus? Bread and circus was a tax during the Roman Empire. America, just like every other empire, but America really is reflective of Rome, and we're making the same exact mistakes that Rome made. Identical. If you know history, we're doing exactly what the Romans did, and one of the things that really fucked up Rome was the massive wealth gap they had between their elite and their poor. Hey, Mike. Kind of like we have a wealth gap right now. I know, we've learned nothing. And the big mistake that our elites are making is they're even greedier than the Roman elites were. Because the Roman elites knew, okay, in order to stay in power and not have some weird revolution where our peasants kill us all, right? What do we do? Bread and circus. We give them free grain, which they got mostly from their bread basket, which was Egypt, and we give them free games. Okay? That's the circus. We give them chariot racing. We give them gladiatorial games. We give them these events, these games, plays and whatnot. Funded by the state, funded by the government, all right? Also, the food, the grain, funded by the government, because they were like, look, we'll give them some shitty grain. We'll tax the rich so you can stay rich, and we'll give them some shitty grain and some stuff to watch and, distract them. They'll get drunk and watch somebody watch some slaves kill each other in the arena or fight a water buffalo, and they won't kill you. And in America, our rich are such assholes. They won't even give free food to the poor. The closest thing is they'll give poison McDonald's at a discount. We'll give you fast food, and which honestly, I went to McDonald's not long ago. It's not as cheap as I remember. Unless you're eating dollar menu, it ain't that cheap. And not only that, they make us pay for our stadiums. Sports should be free. Dude, this is distracting people from chopping you up, okay? You know how you keep people from putting your head in a guillotine? Bezos, Zuckerberg, you give them free tickets to sporting events and free hot dogs. In the grand scheme, it costs you nothing, and you get to stay rich for longer. Anyway, whatever. Fuck yeah. All right, I do it. I enjoy my circus from time to time. Oh, couldn't avoid this. Kyrie Irving is a basketball player, and he was playing against the Celtics, and he stomped on the logo, which was like is Lucky the Leprechaun, as he was leaving the court, and a Celtics fan threw an empty water bottle at him, and it turned into this huge thing. And because it was Boston, people are making it a racial element too, which, dude, guys, it's Boston. We're one of the whitest cities, all right? And it's the NBA. It's the blackest league there is, all right? So statistically, if someone in Boston is throwing an object at an athlete in the NBA, it's most likely going to be a white fan throwing it at a black athlete, all right? The guy didn't scream any racial slurs. He threw a water bottle at him. A lot of people just don't like whatever people. That's part of the game, all right? It's just like wrestling. You have your heroes, you have your heels, your good guys and the bad guys, right? Kyrie lost his shit. It turned into a whole big thing. Oh, Boston, whatever. And I couldn't care less. I don't care about our reputation or our stereotype, whatever. But anyway, Kyrie flips out, and someone, who was it Harden? Someone had popcorn thrown on him, and he lost his mind too. Dude, fuck you, all right? That's the game, all right? What is going on? Why is everyone so soft? You're getting paid millions of dollars. People should be allowed to throw some shit at you, all right? In Philly, they throw batteries at you, right? Dude, Philadelphia, there have been stories of people playing against the Philadelphia Phillies, their baseball team, and being in the outfield and having dudes chuck fucking D batteries at their head. You guys are you're doing all right? Anyway, look, I would get it. It would piss me off too, but at the same time, whatever. Dude, you're a millionaire. You're a Dude, you know what I would do if someone threw something at me? I would get off the court. Someone would throw something at me, and I would just go, "Oh, I'm gonna go be rich. I'm gonna go. I'm the dude. I'm the performer. I'm the motherfucker. I'm gonna go back to my 5-star hotel room and bang some bitch I met off Tinder in your town. Ha ha ha! How you like me now, motherfucker? I'm gonna go get laid. I'm gonna go get my dick sucked. I'm gonna go count my money. I'm gonna go invest $1 million in a cryptocurrency and sit there and just watch it shoot up and down and just feel my heart palpitate. Just ride that or get high and do whatever, man. Just go be happy. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, this dingleberry who's sitting in the stands. I'm out here being the dude, doing it. You're up there watching me, passing judgment. I'd just be beyond that, man. Anyway, they arrested the guy for assault and battery with a deadly weapon, which is just excessive, man. Look, I can understand assault, but not with a deadly weapon. Fuck you. That's just look, you may not like the Celtics or Boston, or you didn't like that some goofy white kid threw something in a black player because you're black and, there's a racial connotation. What did you say, Michael? That was a wrong word. Connotation. That you didn't like. All right, it doesn't matter, dude. It's not. Don't let that fly. It's not assault and battery with a deadly weapon, because that leads to other things where, people are gonna start using that for a lot more nonsense. All right, you can say it's assault. yeah, ban the kid for life. He's banned for life. But also, the kid's going to tell everyone, hey, I threw a ball at Kyrie Irving. People are going to go, it's a fucking kid. Get him a beer. He's fine. Good for him. You know what? You'll beat it. You're 21. Big fucking deal. All right? I can't believe I'm talking about sports as much, but in other sports news, Naomi Osaka, right? Naomi Osaka is a tennis player, and I think it's, what is it, the Open? See here. I don't know that much about sports. I'm not Bill Burr. I'm not gonna talk about sports for about 45 minutes on my podcast. I will talk about cities and places and other stuff, but I found that Naomi Osaka is in the news because she's playing in, I don't know, dude, what is the French Open? It's fucking tennis, dude. I don't know shit about tennis, really. I do know that she has come under scrutiny, and that's because what happened is Naomi, well, I just got a fucking robocaller, so my video stopped. You fucking cunt. I always forget to put this on airplane mode. Anyway, Naomi Osaka, what happened is Naomi wasn't doing press after the game, all right? And fuck that, press sucks, all right? And people started really going at her. And Naomi suffers from depression and some other mental illness, which I would imagine, if you're in the public spotlight to that degree, you're probably dealing with some intense anxiety, man. It's got to be getting to your head. And Naomi didn't want to do press after. And apparently it's a requirement that she do press, and it turned into a thing, and the press went after her. And I'm here to back Naomi. Fuck press. Fuck you. No, yeah, fuck you. Screw press, dude. I really don't like the fact, and it happens in every sport, and I guess maybe it's just one of those things that whatever job you have in life, you're gonna do shit that you don't like about the job. It's inevitable. All right? Every job, no matter how, there are parts of my job as a comedian that I hate. There are parts, I don't like the whole editing process to podcasting. Otherwise, I love it. Right? I don't like the whole aspect of, so many aspects of social media. You know? You like the good, you don't like the bad. Every job has it. Every job. I don't care what it is. There's something about the job. There's just work that you don't like to do. Understandable. Entirely understandable. I totally get it. But it's also, Naomi is talent. Naomi is a talented human being who's going out there and risking it all. And here's, it's funny, I was watching a video of these young dudes at a beach, and they were playing not football exactly, but they were rushing each other. Like they were football players and smashing into each other. And a couple dudes were getting banged up. Like one dude was a little dude, and he got leveled by a guy 2-3 times his size, and everyone in the comments was shitting on him, right? Oh, what the fuck you think was going to happen? Oh, just ripping on him, joking on him. But I had nothing but respect for that dude. Because that's what it's about. It's about, I'm going to do this. I know I probably won't win, but I'm going to fucking do it anyway. I'm going to go out with my boots on. I'm going to take this fucking L. I'm going to take this loss. I'm going to be a fucking man about it, because it doesn't matter if I win. What matters is I stood up and I fucking tried, and I let my balls hang low. All right? That's what matters, because that is the ethos of life. There is no winning in this game called life. Because what we think of as winning is happiness and pure peace and no pain. You're always going to hurt. You're always going to go through some shit. And all you can do in life is stand up and face the world like a fucking man, all right, with a thick ass spine, some strong shoulders, and a pair of fucking fat balls between your legs and say, do your worst. And you know what? If you fall down, who cares if it's on videotape? At least you did it. Everyone's going to stand there and point their fingers and laugh at you, but they weren't getting up. They weren't going out there. They weren't getting in the ring and risking getting knocked out. They weren't fighting Floyd Mayweather. All right? They weren't risking it. They're not risking getting an ass beaten. They're not risking getting knocked out when you're tackling each other on the beach. They're not risking losing on a basketball court. They're not risking losing on the ice, and they're not risking losing on the tennis court. They're not taking that risk, and you are. All right? So that's the thing. That's why I'm not a big fan of press, because Naomi goes out there and she takes it just like any other athlete or artist, takes a tremendous risk and may lose in front of the world. But guess what? You fucking tried, and that's what matters. You stood the fuck up. And then you're going to go in there and some Poindexter nerd in glasses who's never picked up a racket, who's nothing more than a critic, who has never dropped a bead of sweat on their forehead on the court, attempting what you've attempted. Whatever sport it is, whatever it is, they become critics. And they sit there and they ask you, they have the gall to judge you and put you under a microscope like that when they would never endure. They sit there and they judge and whatever. And it's so other people can judge. So I'm not a big fan of press. If I was Naomi, I'd probably do the same thing. Now, does Naomi definitely have depression? I imagine she does. I don't think she's faking, but if she was faking, fuck, dude. That's pretty funny, man. That's pretty funny, dude. Most of the world, the whole world's been depressed for a year. So you come out and you go, hey, I don't want to do press because I am really depressed. What are they going to do? Now everyone calling you out seems like an asshole. Fuck them. Fuck them, man. Whatever. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, that's part of the job, Naomi. And so Naomi just resigned. Naomi just resigned from the, how do I phrase this? She dropped out of the tournament. She's like, look, I'm just not going to do it. Good for her. Good for her. Good for her for saying, hey, you know what? You guys want to talk shit about me, whatever. This is a part of your game that I don't want to play. I'm just not going to play it. And she did it. And she said, fuck it, I'm out. All right? I'm good. Good for her. And it's the same fucking dweeby dudes that are like, oh, you shouldn't have signed up for it if you couldn't handle it. Man, shut up. Shut up. Fuck you. That's the miserable mentality of a guy who hates his job and doesn't like seeing people who found a way to get through life skipping around the things that suck that they hate. And I know that mentality. I know that guy. I know that type of person. And so when they see someone else trying to get out of something, get out of an aspect of just shit that sucks about their career, their job, they're like, bah, because he hasn't figured out how to get out of the shitty thing in his career. I mean, fuck it, you know. Naomi, it's tough. If I back you, Naomi. Do your thing. At least you had the balls to stand by. You basically said, hey, this is the deal. Just move my microphone for a second. Thought I lost everything. Woo! Said this is the deal. And I'd rather resign than distract. So I get respect for Naomi. A lot of people coming down on her. Guys, she left. Let her be. She bounced. She resigned. What more can you want? Why are you kicking her when she's down? All right, she's not going to win. She's out. So, I don't know. I think that takes some balls. Now, if she had stayed in and said, oh, I want an exemption from this because of my situation, I understand maybe giving her shit for that, but she didn't. Guess what? To the excessive sports fans, athletes don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything, man. I don't get it. I don't get being super obsessed with athletes. I get liking it, watching sports and being like, I like the Celtics. I like the Bruins. I like the Yankees. I like whatever it is. I like this guy. He inspires me. Whatever. I think Conor McGregor is funny. I like his antics. So what? But I don't understand obsessing over disliking them. When I was younger, I did. And then I realized, do I really hate LeBron James? Or am I letting LeBron James take up space in my head because he's rich and successful and I'm not? And I want to use him kind of as a talisman for the things that are wrong in my life so that I can hate. Because we've all been at a game, at a baseball game or whatever, and there's a guy who's just, fuck you, 23, fuck you. Shit, Mike, I'm not over that cold. Wow, my voice still hurts. All right. Almost died there. Fuck you, 23, you fucking shark, your mother's a fucking fat cunt. Ah! There's always that dude. And what he's really saying is, my wife won't suck my dick. My wife won't suck my dick. I mean, those guys are fun. They're 90% of the reason I even go to a sporting event. But come on, let's be honest. Where's that really coming from? Where is it really coming from? Do you really hate the New York Rangers? Are they affecting your life? No. Come on, dude. Look, have fun with it. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't understand being fully invested in sports as a grown man. I get if you gamble. If you bet money on sports, I totally get loving it. I totally get. But otherwise, don't be one of those dudes who watches sports and is obsessed with a team without betting money on it just because, and then shit on some dude who plays Pokemon or Dungeons and Dragons. Because in reality, you're the same type of dude. You're the same type of dude. You're both still really enjoying something from your childhood. And that's fine. I don't fully get it, but it's cool. And those dudes need to get together. Because the guy who sits around drafting fantasy football players is identical to the guy who sits around creating a character for Dungeons and Dragons. You're both looking at stats for this. One is a real-life person. You don't actually own him in your team. And the other one is a fake guy that you're creating, but you're doing the same thing. Who can run faster? This linebacker or my orc? It's the same thing, dude. Anyway, speaking of canceling motherfuckers, like people trying to cancel Naomi, Ellie Kemper, right, who's the chick from The Office. She's like the redhead girl from The Office. She was a receptionist. She was also in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. She's in a no, you know what? I'm not going to say. I was going to say a boatload of trouble, but somehow I was going to say buttload. I don't know what's going on with me today. But anyway, Ellie isn't, let me clarify this shit. All right, Ellie, so what happened is, when Ellie was 19, now she's from St. Louis, Missouri, all right? She was in some weird pageant, right? And the pageant, it's one of these Southern social clubs. And here's the thing. If you're in a Southern social club, at some point there was a history of racial exclusion. It's unavoidable, okay? And people found out that she won this pageant. It was called like the Phantom something pageant back in the day. They changed the name of it now. It's far less ominous. It's much more innocuous. But originally, it was, I don't know, the Phantom Hourglass, the Phantom Menace, whatever. There was a weird, goofy name to it, kind of like something out of True Detective Season 1, right? She won. Whatever. She won. It was a beauty pageant. Now, the thing used to be racially exclusionary, and then in 1979, they opened it up to minorities, right? She won it in 1999, so 20 years after. So it wasn't a bigoted thing. It's changed. It became inclusive. It wasn't the organization it used to be. Originally, it had been founded by like a Confederate veteran, which, I don't know, dude, what did you expect? The South fought for the Confederacy. Then they came back and they went back to living. So this guy put away his gun and he founded some sort of weird social club where girls win a beauty pageant. All right, he's not fucking owning slaves anymore. Isn't this what you wanted for Reformation, Reconstruction? Anyway, someone found out that she won in 1999. 19 years old, she wins a beauty pageant. All right, now, and someone wrote, somehow online it came about, and someone goes, oh, I don't know if her name is Ellie or Eli. I'm going to say Ellie. Ellie was a KKK princess. And it's like, what? So this blew up on Twitter. And every time someone retweeted it, and this is what's wrong with social media, because people want to get notoriety by trashing someone else, right? So people went to town on her. And they're like, and every time I saw something being retweeted, it got worse and worse and worse. And it went from, semi-racist beauty pageant. What? Which it isn't. It wasn't. Girl from Kimmy Schmidt wins semi-racist. And then the next one. Ellie is a KKK princess. Ellie is a grand wizard. Daughter of the Grand Wizard, and they just kept going deeper and deeper, and none of it was factual. It was just people grabbing this girl and trashing her and going deep. And the only takeaway that you should have got from this was that Ellie came from a rich family in the South, and hey, all these actors that I used to think I was going to be, that I worshipped, in reality are a bunch of spoiled rich kids who had a lot of easy breaks. Very few of them are rags to riches stories. All right, that's the big takeaway from all this. But no, what happened is everyone went in on this girl, and then they went from Twitter to her Instagram page to rip her fucking asshole open in the comments, right? And it's like watching a feeding frenzy, because you know what, I did it. I went to the comments too. Fuck me, I'm one of them. And then people in the comments were like, I'm just here for the comments. And then people were, well, the worst thing was some people were like, hey, Ellie, I demand an apology. You better get your publicist. Or some people were like, hey, girl, they're trashing you on Twitter, just so you know. Like they were there to help her. Like, oh, girl, just so you know, they're coming for you. Like she was sitting there going, oh, I had no idea. It's a good thing Becky325 on Instagram commented to let me know. Fuck you. And it was just people wanting to see her burn. And I'll be straight up. There's a racial component to both Naomi and Ellie. Because a lot of the people trashing Naomi are grumpy older white dudes, middle-aged white dudes, right? Who probably, in a way, don't like this young black Asian chick is kicking ass. And they get to work this shit bum job, right? And the people trashing Ellie were mostly like black women and gay black dudes who were like, oh, this white bitch who won this beauty pageant and is rich and successful and an actress, she thinks she's cute. Fuck this bitch. You know? And they're both of them, I think, are using these people as target practice for whatever they have going on wrong in their life. Fix your shit, dude. You basically were just sitting around playing with your dick or your clit, scrolling through Twitter, and then you found out that some chick on a show that you used to watch at 19 was in a beauty pageant for an organization that used to have, back in the day, some racial connotations, which is all of America. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Pretty much all the world. And now what? That didn't affect your life. Your life didn't change. Your rent didn't go up because of Ellie. All right? Your wife didn't stop fucking you because of Naomi. Neither of them are responsible for your state of being, for your happiness or your success or anything that goes on in your life, dude. Neither of them. So get off it. Same thing with Kyrie Irving, man. I don't know, Kyrie stepping on Lucky didn't, I hate to be the bearer, but it wasn't him stepping on your mother's fucking titty, all right? Let it go. Stop letting them take up space in your head. Your world didn't change. None of them owe you an apology, okay? None of them. No one owes you an apology for some shit that happened ages ago or yesterday that has nothing to do with you. It's their personal life. It's not. They didn't bring in like a black child and fucking spit on her right before Ellie took the stage. That's not what happened. No one was sacrificed at this thing. All right? Nothing, just chill. Chill. Work your shit out. Put some fucking money in your own pocket and stop obsessing over these motherfuckers, all right? Oh, man. By the way, that was a hell of a Memorial Day weekend if you were in the Northeast. It was just freezing cold and rainy the whole time, which is why I think I got sick. I went hiking in 40-degree weather. I hiked a mountain in the rain, pouring rain, and I could hear my grandmother's voice. You'll catch a death. That's what she used to say when my dad would take me and my brother to play in the rain. They'll catch their death. They'll catch their fucking death out there. And it's so weird that I think about it now. I forget that, yeah, there was a time when if you got pneumonia when she was younger, you just died. My grandmother's first baby was born in a house, in the parlor of the house I grew up in, and it just came out dead with its umbilical cord wrapped around its neck. So for her to say that as like a young kid, I was like, in the 90s, I was like, whatever. What are you talking about? Forget that not even, 50, 60 years before, they were losing kids like it was nothing. And look at me. I went out. I got sick. Maybe she was on to something. Anyway, I had some shows this weekend. There's another thing. Life's coming back, dude. I did some shows. Still in New Hampshire because Mass isn't fully back yet, but it's close. Did some in Manchester, and it was great. Hey, Manchester has good audiences, dude. They were fun. I got to tell adult humor because doing stand-up, man, can be weird, especially around New England and New York and a lot of places, because you kind of have these two alternatives. Either I'm in the city, I'm in New York or Boston, especially with Boston, and I have a young crowd that's super fucking sensitive. That's super sensitive and woke, and they want to jump on anything you say, and if anything can be interpreted in an offensive manner, they lose their fucking shit. But the alternative around New England is you go out and you do a show and it's a bunch of older people and baby boomers and you talk slightly dirty or swear and they're like, oh my God, they just lose their mind. I've been working on this joke about how women hold back sex from men in relationships and marriages, and how after a while they don't put as much effort in, which is true. It's true. Ladies, we all know it. It's true. And I would bring this up in front of younger crowds. It worked. Like in front of crowds in their 30s, early 40s. Whenever anyone was like mid 40s to later, they would get pissy and they would be dead silent when I would say it. I mean, dead. And I would call the dudes up. I'd be like, dude, I'm like, I know you want us to talk about this, but your wives here. These same fucking dudes I've worked with on job sites, and they'll come into work every day, all day, bitching, fucking, my fucking wife, just sit there like Al Bundy. My right, I don't get blowjobs, and I haven't had sex in 30 fucking years, blah, blah, blah. And then they're absolutely dominated by their women. And there's the headliner at one point, he said something to someone in the audience, and he goes, oh, does he get anything for Father's Day? And the wife goes, nah, he's too spoiled. Like, that's New England in a nutshell. That's New England in a nutshell. And he goes, why is he spoiled? And she goes, oh, he has like a stone grill outside. I don't remember what it's called. He has a thing outside. And he goes, so did you pay for that with your own money? I get that feeling you did. And he goes, you could hear the soul of this man was beaten out of him. His manhood had been cucked and castrated and pegged with a 10-inch dildo. And he's like, I probably did. I think. And it was so pathetic. And the wife is just like, yeah, he's fucking spoiled. Yeah, he gets fucked. Like, and it's just like, I was like, I can't imagine being in a relationship as a man where you let your woman speak to you like that in public or even about you. That is New England in a nutshell. It's a bunch of dudes working insane amounts of overtime to get money to buy their wife everything. And once in a blue moon, they buy themselves a little toy or trinket and their wife's like, how fucking dare you? You cocksucker. Where the fuck do you get off? What did you buy yourself? A new drill for work? Fuck you. Put the screws in with your fingertips or your needle dick, you bastard. That's fucking New England. Anyway, the last night of Sunday night, I I do a show in a campground. Now, here's the thing. Not glamorous, but these shows pay well. Like, private shows aren't glamorous, but they're not fun like a club is, but they pay well. And right before the show, I text my booker and I go, hey, dude, are there going to be kids here? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, fuck. Because my act is very adult themed. And I'm sitting in there and we show up and everyone's playing bingo. It's in like a barn and it's packed out and they're all playing bingo. And then they leave and I'm like, I know we're not going to get as many people as the bingo did. And we got a decent amount. They came back and anyway, I was expecting it to be awful. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it wasn't, man. It was fun. I got weirded out at first by the kids. I got weirded out because they were like 20, 30, 40 young kids there, dude, right in front of me. And thankfully, the guy running the show turned the lights off, so it was just a spotlight on me. I didn't have to see the kids because they were kind of wigging me out. And the headliner, great comic, Robbie Prince, he normally does cruise ships. And he goes, yeah, he's like, yeah, I got to do this to stay alive, make some money. And I was like, yeah, I hear you, dude. And Robbie goes, hey, I tell dudes on cruise ships this all the time. Because I was saying to Robbie, I was like, I'm trying to rewrite my jokes because of the kids. And he goes, don't. Do your fucking act. Don't change you. You got a good fucking act. Don't do that. Don't change your act based on the audience. You can alternate a little bit. Because, the booker said, don't say fuck. Robbie goes, don't, man, just do it. Just the kids, he goes, the kids are fucking stupid. They're kids. They're idiots. I don't know. They have no idea what you're talking about. They're not intelligent enough. They will laugh at what the parents laugh at just because they want to be included. Okay? That's what's going to happen here. And he goes, go out there, do your thing. Fuck them. Be funny. And so I do, and I take out the swear words. And when I get to certain points, I have a long bit about blacking out and being sober. I try to do some soft humor. I have a joke about how I used to drink tuna juice out of the can. I think it's on my YouTube. I'm not going to do the joke here. But anyway, I used to drink tuna juice, me and my brother. And some people are just like, ew. I thought it would go over. It's like one of those jokes I saved for a middle-aged audience. And they were like, whatever. They weren't digging it. And then I told jokes about doing cocaine and being a blackout alcoholic, and they fucking loved it. And the more innuendos I used, the more I loved it. And I was like, oh, kids, you know what a demerit is? And they go, yeah. And I go, that's when you're an adult, you get these demerits called DUIs. Yeah. And when you're an adult, you'll get a demerit, and you'll know it because it's a DUI or a deviated septum. And the parents fucking were pissing their pants. They were laughing. I told a joke about fucking genderqueer people because the pronouns they and them make for way more braggadocious discussions of what you did last night. I just left out sex. I said dating. And it was fun, man. God, it was fucking fun, dude. It really was. There's this thing in comedy where people act like if you're not in like a hip neighborhood doing it, you're a bum. And I do everything, man. I do all types of rooms. I'll do shit in Brooklyn. I do shit in Cambridge. I'll do shit in Portland. I'll do it wherever there's a stage. Black crowd, white crowd, Puerto Rican crowd, old crowd, young crowd, whatever. Ideally, it's a comedy club and it's a mixed thing. But there's no one greater than the other or whatever. You're making people laugh no matter what. And the whole hierarchy of comedy, oh, that guy's a cruise ship guy, that guy does that. Shut up. Doesn't matter. I will tell you this. The further you go from the city, often the more you get fucking paid. I was doing shows in New York City, getting nothing. Maybe $5-10 here or there for a spot. And then you go, you make solid money doing shit out at these private shows, man. It's what are we here for? To stroke our own egos or to make a living and do what you like? Anyway, save that. All right, dude. Let me end on this. I don't want to go over an hour. I can save these stories for another time. So I'm getting my gun permit, finally, from the city of Boston. And some of you guys, you may live in a state that's constitutional carry. And that means, for those of you who are not aware, that you can just walk in and if you have a license from that state, you pass your background check, you buy a gun, right? Some of them might have different attitudes towards open carry, concealed carry. I know New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine are constitutional in that you get to buy a gun, right? I know, pretty sure Vermont and New Hampshire are open carry. I've seen people don't usually do it. They have the option to, but it's very rare if you see that. Anyway, in Massachusetts, you have to go to your police headquarters, right? You got to go deal with your police headquarters. And in Boston, that's the BPD, Boston Police Headquarters. And it's supposed to, the rules come down from the police chief. And I've said this before, I'll say this again. Dude, when you go to a police station and have to deal with something, you realize how bureaucratic and just how government-oriented it is. Because everything is incompetent. And you're just like, shit, dude. I walk in there and I go, this is the DMV with guns. That's what it is, dude. It's the fucking DMV with guns. All right? And I walk in. I go in like a week ago and I just to hand in my form, which I've been waiting on. I finally got the email to fill it out. I signed up last September. I'm finally getting the form now. And I go in. I drop it off. The guy's like, hey, I'll give you a call next week. I'm older black dude. Meet with him. Whatever. He's a detective. Cop. I don't know. I think he's a detective. I don't know what the full difference is. Anyway, get an email. Call. Hey, are you going to come in and do this thing? I go, yeah, when can I? He goes, I go, how about next Monday? This is where you go. What's the earliest appointment? He goes, 9. 9 a.m. I'll be there. He goes, there's no parking. I go, oh, I know. I'll take the fucking bus. I get over there, show up, I'm like 30 minutes early. I don't want to be late. I wait around, I dick off. Eventually I come in and I walk in and there's no one there to greet you at the door. You just walk in and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I can just waltz into the Boston Police Station headquarters. I finally look and I find someone at a desk. And it's this older black cop with dreads who's just watching TV on his iPhone. And I go, excuse me, sir. Can you help me? And he flat out fucking ignores me. Just flat out ignores me. Just completely ignores me. Totally ignores me. And I just stand there for like 2 to 3 minutes, just staring at him. And finally he looks up and he reminded me so much of Stanley from The Office. The exact same eyes and facial expression. He goes, can I help you? And I go, I'm here get fingerprinted and do my gun exam, my gun test. And he goes, all right, go back outside. Did you have an appointment? I go, I do. I go outside. I wait a few minutes. He comes out. You hand your stuff in? I go, I did. He goes, all right, just use your phone to scan that QR code and I'll send someone out. I wait, and finally this portly Boston Irish cop comes out. Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's your name? Mike Bain. What are you here for? I'm here to get my gun license, do the test, fingerprint and all that so I can get my license. What do you mean? Well, you got an appointment? I go, yeah, 9 a.m. He goes, well, who'd you? I don't have you down, man. There's no record of you. I go, dude, I have an appointment. Okay, it's at 9 a.m. He goes, who'd you talk to? I go, I was like, no, I'm not one of those white dudes who shies away from pointing out someone's race. But it was in a police station. Things felt weird. So I go, that black gentleman in there. And he goes, no. I mean, who'd you talk to on the phone? And I go, what was his name? And I go, he didn't give me his name. What did he sound like? And I go, he was black. I go, he sounded black and old. I go, he sounded black and old. He goes, yeah. I go, because I had turned in my form a week before, dude. And to a cop. And he goes, who was it? And I go, he was black. I was like, is this part of the test? Because I don't know if this is part of the test. I don't know if I'm doing well or doing bad. I don't know. I know I'm supposed to do a test here to get my gun, and there's a lot of racial questions going on. Is this how it's going to work? Are you going What did that dude in that phone sound like? Huh? Was he Puerto Rican-y? What are we gonna go in a room and you're gonna blindfold me and some dude's gonna come in and you're gonna be like, all right, guess his race. Thank you for coming. Si, senor. And I'd be like, oh, that's a really shitty Speedy Gonzalez impression. That's a white dude doing it. You tried to trick me, but it didn't work. And they're like, oh, this guy's good. Hold on, we'll try it again. Hey, motherfucker, you on dogs? We're about to go to the strip club. And I'd be like, oh, that's supposed to be a black dude, but I'm going to say that's a white dude, all right? Because black dudes don't say dogs anymore. Oh, they don't? Yeah, no. On dead dogs, black folk don't say dogs anymore. For real? On dogs? On the deadest dogs, dog. And they don't say that shit no more. Like, all right, we got one more. Allahu Akbar! And I'd be like, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because you guys remembered to say who. A lot of people just say Allahu Akbar. Now you're going to say Allahu Akbar. All right? That's he is. God is great, right? Allah is Akbar, dude. I got to give it to you. All right? Like, this kid's fucking good. I'm like, nah, it's the same white cop that I met at the entrance. It's that fat Irish cop. All right? You probably live in West Roxbury. Your dick's tiny. You haven't seen in a long while, and you haven't fucked your wife. And they're like, just give him his gun license. This kid knows it. Anyway, that cop goes back in, and he comes back out, and he goes, he goes, at some point we'll see you, man. We'll fit you in. I go, oh, that's great. I'm glad that I, missed a day of work. Could have. What if I was working, man? Could have missed to come do this. And he goes, you seen a black girl walk through here? And I go, no. He goes, because I'm supposed to see a black girl, but she's late. And I go, and then my cop showed up. It was the same older black dude I had met the first time. He was late. These jokes are writing themselves, baby. Anyway, he brings me in, he fingerprints me, and he used to be back in the day in order to get your gun license. They would ask you questions and interview you, and they would bring you out to a gun range on one of the islands in Boston Harbor that a bridge went out to. And you'd have to shoot a revolver in front of him. And I go, but not now because of COVID. And they took down the bridge. The bridge between the mainland and that island is gone for repairs. And they're just not going to rebuild it. Now, this island had the police gun range. It was Long Island. And it had a police gun range. And you actually, funny enough, you had to go through another city to get to it. You had to leave Boston, go through the town of Quincy, then go through an island with a road onto a big bridge to get to this island. I actually volunteered out there in high school. And there's a homeless shelter. All right, so they closed down the bridge. So all those homeless people that they were dumping on the islands, they're running around amok in Boston, and no one's shooting. Cops can't shoot their guns out there. Those of you who don't know Boston has a lot of islands in its harbor, which have historically been used to build fortifications, but also it's where they stick prisoners of war. Confederate soldiers have died up here on these islands. They're also where they stuck American Indians, Native Americans, who they were having wars with. They stick them on the island. Whenever they had an outbreak of a disease, plague, smallpox, they stuck them on the island. Basically, it's a place where they stuck the unwanted, and now they used it for the homeless. And although it was a good place, it did allow them to farm and stuff and, get away from the city. Anyway, they closed it down because they don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? They didn't learn their lesson about the bread and circus tax. Anyway. Anywho, the cop fingerprints me, and I go, all right, what's next? And he goes, all right, you're good. He goes, you don't have a record. They're gonna double check. I didn't find nothing, so they're not gonna find nothing. You're good. And I go, yeah? He goes, yeah. Oh, we'll mail it out to you in about 6 weeks. Because why would they mail it out to me in a timely manner? But I was like, oh shit, man, I'm doing it. I'm finally gonna get I won't get a full LTC, a full license to carry. I will get one with restrictions. Which, if I brought the city to court, which I'm not going to do because I don't have $1,800 to spend in court fees on lawyers and shit, I could get a full one. But I'm not going to bother. They'll just say that At least this way I can have a fucking handgun finally, and buy guns in mass. So, anyway, speaking of Allahu Akbar, I feel like that's just such a fun saying. If I was a Muslim, I would do it all the time. It's been ruined. Like, terrorists have really ruined it, because now if I'm anywhere and a brown guy says Allahu Akbar, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm not waiting to see if he had some really good pasta. Because if I was a Muslim, I'd just eat a slice of pizza and be like, yo, this pizza's the bomb. Allahu Akbar. Yo, Allahu Akbar, this pizza, dude. Yo, God is great, because he made, like, I would see a girl with a fat ass and be like, Allahu Akbar. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, Allah is Akbar. God is great, because he made that fucking booty. She's thick. Allahu Akbar. Dude, Allahu Akbar for fat asses. For fat asses and good pizza. God damn, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say God. I didn't say Allah damn. And it's been ruined. It's been taken away from you Muslims. Because now, like, you can't say it anywhere over anything. You be minding your business on the train and you're playing a video game, all right? And you get a high score and you're like, Allahu Akbar. And then the guy next to you is like, yo, I'm fucking calling the police. That's what... That's exactly how we're going down. It only takes a few guys to ruin it for everyone. Anyway, shit, that's, fuck, I had so much more to talk about. I'll save it for another time, man. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Fuck yeah, hope you guys are having had a good weekend, a good Memorial Day. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. The sun is shining. The world's coming back. People are fucking again, all right? Your dating apps might ask you if you got vaccinated. Just lie. Fuck it. It ain't, like, seriously, man. Bitches ain't been asking to see if you got tested. It's so weird to me that it's so funny that girls that'll let you fuck them raw, like not even bring up a condom, are now like, did you get vaccinated? Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Oh, really? Little miss, I don't care about chlamydia or gonorrhea. I'll risk a herpalurp or a Jenny wart, but I'm not taking any chances with COVID-19. Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you vaccinated? Bitches out here asking dudes, are you vaccinated? When they're walking around with a big toad on their dick. Just a... Oh, Jesus. We're COVID, you lost. Humanity, we won. So regardless of what you got going on in your life, we won. Okay? We came out on top. We're through. We crossed the fucking Rubicon, baby. All right? Go fucking live, man. And pardon wisdom. Stop focusing on celebrities or someone else to get mad at. All right? Don't, like, let it go. Let it go. So what? Jake Paul's a little annoying. Fuck it, dude. Stop worrying about him. Don't let him take up space in your head. You got your own life. You got your own problems. You're a grown-ass adult. You got things to worry about. Lay off Naomi. Have a little empathy. Have a little compassion. All right? Maybe Naomi's going through some shit. All right? Don't fucking come at Ellie. All right? Because she was 19 and she entered a beauty pageant and won. She's a cute girl, dude. Oh, so what are you going to tell a 19-year-old? Oh, don't win. Don't join this beauty pageant that you'll easily win. Fuck out of here, dude. Who cares? Stop getting... Dude, think about what it takes to log on to... So I'm already ashamed of myself reading comments. I have a comment addiction. I love to read comments, and it's gross. I'll watch a TikTok video, and instead of just scrolling to the next video, I read the comments. I don't like that I do that. Because I know it's not coming from a good place, and I'm trying to stop. But you know what the worst step is? The dude who gets angry in comments. You got life to live, man. It's your life, and it's your time. All right? If you're walking down the street and some hobo bum starts screaming, fuck you, your mom's a fucking bitch, you're like, well, this dude doesn't have a home to live in. What do I care what he says? What do you care what someone on the internet says? And what do you care what some celebrity does with their fucking life? Stop making them into these monoliths. Being an actor or an athlete doesn't mean being a person of virtue. There's nothing about any of these professions that dictates that you're supposed to be a moral or upstanding member of society. Nothing. You can be an actor and be a dirtball. You can be an athlete and be a dirtball. You can be a soldier and be a dirtball. You can be a Marine and be a scumbag. I know some. None of this is like, oh, it's all good or all... No. Let them fucking go and focus on you. All right? You're not... Because more often than not, when you get pissy at other people like that, just some rando out there, you really just pissed at yourself. All right? Why do people love to hate on these people? Because we think they're living better lives than we are. We think that athlete is getting more pussy. He probably is. We go, that actor has more money, and they probably do. Doesn't mean they have a better life than you. And it doesn't matter if they get more pussy or if they get more money or they have a bigger house. That doesn't matter. That doesn't affect you. All right, this is something I remind myself all the time in comedy. Is when another comic gets successful, that doesn't mean that I can't get successful. There's not a finite amount of success. And there's not a finite amount of happiness and contentment and love and compassion and all that shit. All right? Just because some athlete or whatever, some celebrity or actor or comedian is doing well or lives a life that you think is happy or what you want or whatever, they're not taken away from what you can and can't have. Right? Them doing what they do doesn't affect you. It's not taken away from you. Remember that. Get them out of your head and put you and yours in your head. Go get out there in the sun, dude. World's back. You don't have enough time to be worrying about other people's bullshit. Worry about making yourself happy. Worry about having some fucking fun, dude. Summer of love, dude. Go tie one off. Go get laid. Go meet someone you want to fucking spend some time with. Go travel. Go fucking drink beer on a porch, dude. Go sit down and just listen to some music. Right? Don't not on your phone, scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or looking at your messages. Just chill. Pull a blunt and think, when's the last time I just chilled? Like a real chill. Just chilled the fuck out, sat back, laid up, and just listened to music or whatever. Last night I hung out with my cousin's husband. We just sat on his steps as the sun set. Just talked about life. I was like, fuck, man. There's some good fucking living. There's some good living. And I ain't watching someone else live. I'm doing my own living. So do your own fucking living, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. New episodes are coming out. I'm very happy with where this thing is going. And I can only do it because of you. I appreciate all you motherfuckers. And I hope you're doing well. And that your lives are coming back. And fuck it, man. Go get your gun license too. Fucking whatever. Or don't if you don't like guns. Whatever, dude. Fuck yeah. Happy fucking summer. Happy Memorial Day. Peace out. With a hood, yeah.